Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to FedBiz Exchange. I have another one of my superstars. Now, you guys might have noticed the last two, because I said I was going to focus more on services. And it's funny because even though I have service programs, two of my, you're like Nikki. Nikki started in DLA and she does it, but it really made her kind of start looking over in SAM too. And the next thing she knew, she was starting with services because in SAM you can do either or. But
Mhm.
this is Candice,
Ah,
and she has been very, very busy winning and actually doing the work and building her company. So welcome, Candice. Thank you for doing this.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
So Candace is so funny because she started winning and I didn't even know she was on this service track. Next thing I know, she's calling me, oh my God, I need to talk to Michelle. How do I handle this? What do I do about this? How do I? And I'm like, what?
Yeah,
What is she doing? But yeah, she's just been winning. And you even have your brother working with you, right? Is
I
he still
do.
working with you?
Yeah, I stole him away from his full-time job, so he's now full-time
Oh,
with me.
listen,
Yeah.
see, that's what I'm talking about. You know, I'm all about family and the generational wealth. Now, some family members, you just have to kind of share money with them. They can't work.
That's true. That's so true.
Yeah, it's the family members that you're like, okay, this cousin can come over here because they get it. So Candace, I have a few questions I'm going to ask specifically. I want to hear about your story, but first, I want you to tell me. I laugh because I remember you saying, well, I didn't know it was going to happen. I didn't know I was going to win. And I was
Mhm.
laughing because what do I tell you guys? Be
Be
ready
ready.
to win. Always. So tell us a little bit about that. You were taking the steps, you were doing the work.
I was.
But what made you realize that you were having those doubts and why were you so surprised when you won?
Cause like I never win anything. Like when it comes to like scratch off and like, simple contests, I never win anything. So I was just like, let me try this out and see if it'll work. So I constantly have, bids going out there and I'm just like, let me bid. I know I'm not qualified, so I'm just gonna bid anyway. And I did and I won. I'm like, oh my God, what do
Yeah.
I do now?
Yes. Yeah. Now, did you do research to see like your first contract that you won? I actually remember it. You actually had a kind of a big one. It was
Yes.
that one was kind of big. I'm
Yes.
thinking about the one we're going to talk about afterwards, but that one was kind of big for your
It
firm.
was it was my very first one. I emailed the contracting officer. I was like, thank you for taking a chance on my business.
That's exactly what
It
happened.
propelled my business so far. And I thank him. And he was just like, that's what we're here for, take chances on
Oh,
new
they
companies.
love small
I
business.
almost shed a tear. Like I was like, it really helped me out for them to take a chance on me,
Yes, yes,
even knowing who I was, and they took a chance. It
yes.
was
But
just so
that's because this is why it's such a system. If you show up, number one, you got to show up. A lot of
mhm,
people think all you do is, and a lot of large companies do this too. Different size companies do this. Well, if you just do a bid here or there, we really want that one. It don't work like that. I mean,
mhm,
I feel like that sometimes too. I really want this one. But my intelligence, my business senses, and my business acumen helps me to understand. Of course, I have training in government contracting, but because I've been doing it and teaching it for a while, but I learned to build this system based off of what you guys do because I did it too. You guys are doing exactly what I did. All I did was write down what I do to win.
mhm.
And I gave it to you. And it works because it makes sense if you think about it. When I learned how to do all that research, realizing, oh my God, only two people bid against me, that means that my chances are even better than what I was thinking. It's not 50-50. It's more like 85% of a
Mhm,
chance that I could win, especially if I'm constantly doing the same things over and over and over again, which is what you did. And that
mhm.
one award probably gave you a huge confidence, like after
It
being scared,
did.
after you got over being
Well,
scared.
I was like, why would they choose me? Just
Yeah.
little old me, and they did. And it's just been
Because
so
they want to choose us. They really do. But we have to show up professionally.
Right.
We have to show up. And yes, sometimes it is, a lot of times it is about pricing. But the thing is they don't want to deal with those large companies. They want,
Mhm.
and they're also mandated to choose us. They are. Obama did that when he said, 300,000 and below. It needs to be a small business category, and it must be woman, minority, veteran, hub zone, 8A, one of those.
Mhm.
So that really helped push us to the next highest level because that's what most of everything is, even if it's 300,000 a year. So, okay, so what made you decide to do government contracting in general? Like when you found
Well,
me, what made you do it?
it was by accident, actually. So I was working a full-time job and it was during COVID. And I was like, I gotta find a way out of here because I did not like my job. I
Mhm.
was with them for about 5 years and it was just, a whole bunch of things started happening. So I started looking on YouTube, for like side hustles, just so I could get like a little bit extra money. And so I saw something about government contracting. I was like, what is this? And so I started to research more and more. And I think I looked at maybe like three other people's websites and what they were trying to teach. But when I came across yours, what I like about yours is that you weren't trying to force your course on me. You weren't trying to, force me to buy. And I
Yeah.
was like, if she's giving out all this free information now, imagine what her paid course is like. So
Let's
I was like, I really like her. So I took a chance and I purchased her course and it's been the best thing for me.
Yeah, Candice has been bugging me about being able to share the program with everybody. So I was telling her a lot of people refer me and I'm surprised because you guys don't brag about that, but I want you to be taken care of for doing that. And also, everybody is not entrepreneurial material. See, you have some other things inside of you though.
Mhm.
And that's why I tell people this is not a side hustle. Look at you.
Yeah.
This is your first business, isn't it?
Well, this is so I had two failed business before. One
Mhm.
was like a home business. Well, both of them were home business, but they were like, small craft business. But this is my first real,
Mhm.
real
Yeah,
business.
this is and that's what I tell people. Listen, this is the real deal. I mean, you could
Yeah.
literally build a multi-million dollar enterprise. That's why, I know that everyone is not going to subscribe to what I teach, and I really don't care. But I
Mhm.
do want the people that really want to do this, I want to feed them. And
Mhm.
then if there's somebody else that but they have to be committed like you know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Right.
I know we can win fast, but that's not the point. It's really not the point. Even though you just wanted to get away from corporate America, get out of that job, and you wanted something bigger, you wanted to be able to take care of yourself. Now look at you. You have
I
hired
know.
brother full time. I remember he wasn't. You're like, well, my goal is to get him full time. See, that's what I'm talking about. So that's wonderful. I'm so proud of you. I'm so,
Thank you.
but you remember how when I found out you won that first big contract, I was like, when did you do that? But I try to meet people where they are.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to say, Candace, you shouldn't be doing that. That's too big. You're there now. See, because I want to fast track people anyway, but I also want people to remember you still have to do the work. You have to be professional. You have to show up. You have to be consistent. And that's how it works. If you can do those things, you're 50% there. Okay, so how many awards have you won now? And are they
Um,
service?
so only one service. We've completed that one as of a couple of months ago.
Yeah, that one was kind
Um,
of long, right? That was the big one.
it was like a year for that one.
Has it been
Um,
a year?
it has been it
Time
has
really flies. Yeah.
It is crazy because that first award has allowed me to be a full-time entrepreneur.
That's
And I'm still so surprised about things. I'm still getting to, learn how to be a full-time entrepreneur, how to balance my time and everything. But I mean, I can't stop smiling about it because it just made me so happy.
and it just amazes me. Look, even though I know now I have hundreds of winners. A lot of people don't want to do interviews, which I'm okay with that. I'm very grateful for those of you that don't mind sharing. But we don't think scarcity.
Hmm.
So meaning, and I tell you guys, people need to go do their own work. We don't need to talk about what your products are or any of those things. I share a little bit more, but I'm the teacher. It's different for me. So, but so you are focused on products now more so.
Now, yes, I am.
Okay, so
I
that's the
think
one
it's a
you
little
think
bit easier because you don't
products
have to
out
worry about
easier.
payroll and all the other stuff. You could do net 30
And you
and
have more profit. You can have more profit.
yes,
You can do net 30. You had to come out of your pocket a
I
lot
did.
for your big service contract.
Oh gosh, I cashed out my 401k. That's how I got started on it. That's how I funded it,
Yeah.
the beginning part. And then I was grateful to get the SBA loan
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
service to myself.
you're the second one of my, Richard got his too. He was very excited
Yeah.
because it does help. It services, you really do need that support. You almost need,
Mhm.
I don't really prefer loans, but it works that way in the beginning because it's hard to get a line of credit.
Yes,
You have to take that loan and use it to fund the business and
that's
keep
right.
it moving. You can use it however you need to use it. If you use it as a line of credit, you have longer to pay it back. So it almost
Mhm.
works out, but that's really good. And that's impressive too, Kent, because you ain't asked for my help with that. You got it done. So, I
I
mean,
was like, I mean, that's how I am in my regular life. I gotta get it done. I gotta figure something out. So I'm just like,
yeah.
let me just do something. And
And you want what you want. And it's people like you guys that like you help yourselves that it makes me just want to give you even more. But it also makes me so proud because I'm like, you.
I still need you. Yes, I do.